Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company of Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're going to have a 1v1 on Langreskaya. Yeah, sorry, I was casting Samoa so much lately that I forgot what map we were in. So yeah, Langreskaya. I wanted a change of scenery, and well, Langreskaya is an awesome map. So let's take a look at this one. So today our heroes are going to be Dullahan, playing for the Soviets of the Red Army, and we have Boomhauer playing for the Germans. Now, Dullahan, he is going to build Tier 1 right off the bat with his engineers, so quite of an unorthodox start. Not bad by any stretch of the imagination, that's fine, everybody has their own tactics, but you know, you usually see most players going conscripts first, and then after a while getting Tier 1 or Tier 2, depending what they want to do. But yeah, Tier 1 opening for Dullahan, we'll see what he gets, maybe a sniper, maybe Penal Battalion, probably. We'll see. Penal Battalion. There you go. Quite interesting. We'll see how good that one fares. So, anyways, I'm gonna be a little bit honest with you guys and forward, and say that this is not the first time I see this replay. It is a sweltering day here where I live. It is extremely hot, and I've been casting all day. You know, trying to get some replays stocked up because of the issues that I told you before. Where it was taking too long to upload, and I wasn't able to keep my computer on all the time and all such. So yeah, I mean, since I can't record every day, I decided to, you know, get a couple of these out in a row and, you know, just upload them at a later time. But yeah, so because I've been doing that, I got distracted and I casted this entire game, and after I was done, I noticed that the mic was off. So yeah. So sorry about that. I mean, I now know exactly how this works out, but hopefully I can actually notice some stuff that I missed in the beginning, you know, the first time. So starting off, Dullahan is going to go ahead and mine this approach. Very nice, very quite effective use of his engineers. Most of the times you see people just using engineers to cap at the beginning, but no, Dullahan is instead going a little bit more strategic or tactical. I don't know what you say. But yeah, he's mining off this approach, which obviously I know what he's going to do. It's going to force people to either jump into the house to be able to get to this side or go around here. And this is a very narrow approach, so one can only wonder what he's going to do over here. And yeah, he also goes for a scout car after the... Well, it's an interesting build order, I suppose. It is Penal Battalion into conscripts and into scout cars, so we'll see how that fares. Right now, though, I can tell you that these are... blah, 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 blah. The Penal Battalion is going to go to the right-hand side and engage those pioneers. So that is going to be an easy win for these Penal Battalions, and it's also going to get supported by this scout car. So the pioneers are going to have to get out of there. They are going to jump into that house. And at the same time, there is a Grenadier squad coming over on the left-hand side for a small flank. Going to get cover on that hay bale and going to keep these units at bay. Penal Battalions, I originally thought that they were essentially equivalent to conscripts, both health, armor-wise and all that, and damage-wise, but I don't know. I mean, it looks to me like here they actually get a better performance outlook. I mean, they actually kill a lot of these Grenadiers and win the fight and manage to get the retreat. So look, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they aren't exactly the same. Obviously, Penal Battalion's differences with them is that they can't use the Molotovs or the 18-8s, but they do come with the ability to get a flamethrower and a satchel charge. Now, he is not getting the Dullahan is not getting that flamethrower because he is laying down mines. So you can see right there, there's a mine that we talked about laying, and it's not going to allow him to get that flamethrower anytime soon. He is now going around just capping with the engineers, but yeah, it is a nice idea though. I don't know if it would have been a better option for Dullahan to wait on those mines and try to get that upgrade, but well, he decided not to do so and is simply going to jump that Penal Battalion into the scout car and just, you know, drive it around. Which is fine. It's still going to be able to provide some nasty heavy power and mobility that can get behind these guys. But, I mean, nobody can deny the awesomeness of a flamethrower behind an MG42. So, for Boomhauer, we do see that he got himself 2 Grenadiers and 2 MG42s. Those 2 MG42s are going to allow him to cover multiple territories. This MG42 is set up to cover this approach. This conscript squad is going to run right into that MG42, getting suppressed in one burst. Going to get pinned down in the second. Yeah, there you go, gets pinned down. There is a combat engineer squad nearby for support, but that squad has to retreat. And the MG42 now opens up on those combat engineers, so he has to get out of there. And another mine goes down here for Dullahan, so again, he doesn't have enough to get that flamethrower. Scout car does go to engage that MG42. MG42 is packed up and retreated, and Dullahan is going to go over to the base and chase it down, maybe try to get a kill and pick it up. However, spoiler, something weird is going to happen. So the Penal Battalion decides to jump out of the scout car, throw a Molotov onto this base and at their feet, and they all blow up. I don't know exactly what he was trying to do, but I don't think that was the original plan. Hopefully Dullahan can, if he does see this this video, maybe he can shed a little bit of light on what happened there, but yeah, that was a little bit off. So anyways, we do see the scout car now in the field for Boomhauer. I don't think he's going to be upgrading it with the autocannon at any, well, at this point, because, well, he just saw that scout car get killed. So he'll probably wait and see if another scout car is produced by Dullahan and get that autocannon then. So scout car being used quite effectively to chase off all these conscript squads. And yeah, we'll see what he ends up doing.
We've done it.
Over there on the far side, we do see a conscript squad getting caught in the open by that MG42. Scout car is going to move into position to engage that now pinned down conscript squad and pick up some free kills if they don't run away. Down to 4 men, and he does hit retreat. May lose one more guy on the retreat. No, they actually all make it out alive, so that's fine. So for Dullahan, we do have 18-8s. No, we don't have 18-8s. He only has Molotovs. So yeah, doesn't actually have any effective way of killing this scout car. And another spoiler: the conscript squad decides to jump into the flames of their own Molotov. Again, I don't know what was going on there. Dullahan went around for the flank very nicely, threw a Molotov on the MG, but the infantry decided to run into the fires. They got a little bit cold, but they didn't quite think it through, you know, all the way. So far it's not going it's not going towards Dullahan. It's not going his way. He is losing a lot of stuff. He only has 3 conscripts left and a combat engineer, while Boomhauer has the scout car, 2 grenadiers, a pair of MG42s, 1 pioneer, and a pack gun, just to prevent any any vehicles from being very aggressive towards him. We do see that Dullahan though decides to go for the conscript support package. Considering that he only has conscripts, I guess that's not a bad choice. That's going to give him hit the dirt, PPSHs, and the ability for conscripts to repair, so that's not that bad. And on the left-hand side, we see Dullahan focusing his forces. 2 of the conscript squads are there. And that's pretty much it. There is another conscript squad going over to the right-hand side. But there is a Panzer Grenadier squad which can stop them. Scout car is going over to the left-hand side to engage these conscript squads that are capturing the territory. It is on its own, though, so I'm not sure if it's the best option. Do we still have 18-8s? No, we don't have 18-8s, so I guess it's going to be fine. He's going to go attack that conscript squad, but there's a mine right there, and he hits a mine. So that scout car is boned. And there it goes. So a little bit of a break there for Dullahan. The mine was placed excellently, and the scout car runs straight into it, blows up, and gets shut down. Grenadier squad though does move into the position to try to get these conscripts out of the way. Molotov goes in, like catching one of these guys on fire. But the LMG-42 is quite potent, and well, if he had stood still, I think Boomhauer might have actually gotten the upper hand on one of those conscript squads. But as it stands, he decides to retreat at 3 men, and the conscripts are just all the way around the field. Center victory point trying to get captured by those combat engineers. They do get caught in the open by the MG42 and decide to retreat quite quickly. And we now see a half-track on the field for Dullahan. Very nice option. This is actually quite excellent of a choice considering that he has conscripts on the field. So this is going to allow him to reinforce those conscripts on the field, on the fly, and also provide some support with that 50 cal, I think it is. Should be a 50 cal if I'm not mistaken. And potentially get that anti-air package, which is not just anti-air, it's a quad gun, which is a infantry blender in the right hand. So anyways, conscript's going for the cutoff point. If he gets this point, he doesn't actually cut off the territories. He needs to get the victory point as well. Because with the victory point and the munitions point in your possession, you still get access to the right-hand side or the left-hand side, respectively. So yeah, we do see that Dullahan manages to decap that cutoff point, but he needs to decap that victory point. So for the meantime, Boomhauer is still getting all this territory in his favor. Interestingly enough, though, Dullahan has actually succeeded in pushing Boomhauer out of the field. It is quite interesting, so considering the amount of infantry and weapons teams for Boomhauer, so I'm not sure what's going on there. They're all back at base, coming out now, but yeah, they got retreated, and now Boomhauer is cut off from the map. He is only getting resources from this point right now, and might be getting this one in a little bit. But yeah, the munitions and the fuel point over here, they're not providing anything, and they are now going to get decapped. So even if he captures this point, he's also going to lose it. So quite nice for Dullahan. A little bit of a misstep there for Boomhauer. Could have afforded to be a little bit more aggressive, but I suppose he didn't want to risk losing his squads. Conscript squad getting reinforced on the fly, very nice, taking a lot of damage, but with that reinforcement they are able to stay on the field a lot longer. This squad is down to 1 man, and he decides to retreat it, not taking the chance to get the kill. One thing that you can do, you know, just as a little tip there, is while you're reinforcing your squads, if it goes down to 1 man, you can micro them and jump them into the half-track. If you do so, they're gonna, you know, they're gonna be a little bit more protective. Obviously, a unit can still die while, you know, in the half-track, but that is not gonna stop the reinforcement process of the queued up unit. It's not gonna go up. So say you have 1 man and you're reinforcing, it's not gonna get fully reinforced. It's gonna stay at 1 man until you pop it out of the truck. But the progress towards that man that was being produced is actually gonna continue. So you can actually garrison them for a little bit and then pop him out, and he's gonna instantly have 2 men on the field. So that allows you to, you know, pop him in and pop him back out and keep them in the fight a little bit more flexible, I guess you could say. Still, obviously, in the half-track, they can still shoot back out, you know, so it's not, you know, an entire loss to keep them in there, but, you know, it is an option to, like, unfocus the fire. So let's say the squad that was getting shot at focused fire. That would have essentially broken the focus fire on them, you know, and, you know, messing with the AI a little bit, I guess you could say. Still, you know, something to keep in mind. It's not something that you need to be doing, but it's fine. Anyway, small engagement here on the right-hand side. The Pioneers with the flamethrower get engaged by the PPSH-equipped conscripts. The conscripts win that match after throwing a Molotov in their faces, and the Pioneers have to retreat. LMG-equipped Grenadiers opening up on these conscripts down to 3 men. They are actually going to have to get out of there, and they do, so very nice reaction there. The half-track is still disabled right now. It's getting repaired by the combat engineer, so it's not going to be effective in the fight. We do see conscripts getting pinned in the open by the MG42. One of the conscript squads managed to Ura past the arc of fire and gets a retreat on that MG42. So the pinned down squad gets back up, gets into the area, and is going to decap that strategic point once again. Combat engineers move. Combat engineers? Wow. I'm out of it right now. Grenadiers with the LMG42s are moving up towards this conscript squad. Conscript squad decides to jump out of the area, and they're just going to move away. Half-track back in action now, and is going to be able to reinforce these units if it moves a little bit forward. We'll see what he decides to do. 3 Grenadier squads right here in the center. Some indirect fire would be nice, but, well, we do see that Boomhauer is getting himself a Flak Panzer, which is an interesting choice. Not a bad choice considering the amount of infantry we see, but what Dullahan doesn't know is that there are currently 2 tanks on the field, 2 T-34s on the field for Dullahan, and that is going to very easily counter his Flak Panzer. There is a pack gun on the field, which is going to be okay to keep those T-34s at bay, but it could very easily get circle strafe. So there we do see the T-34s hitting the field. The conscripts decide to retreat completely. I'm not exactly sure why. I mean, they did get shot at by the MG42, so maybe he didn't want to take that unnecessary losses, so he decides to retreat. Anyways, conscript running over on the left-hand side, going over for the victory point. They are going to get a little bit forward, but the MG42 might actually turn around. It is going to turn around and catch both squads out in the open. This is a nice flank if it was supported by maybe the tanks. The tanks are, in fact, actually moving into the area, but they are not in range. Ooh, they're not in range of the MG42, unfortunately, so those squads are going to get pinned down. One of the squads is down to one man, crawling in between all the men. He gets up and gets shot. Second squad trying to retreat, and is he going to make it? Is he going to make it? There's a mine. Is he actually going to make it? Oh my god. Oh my god, one lucky guy. And he actually baits him on the retreat towards the mine. So two of the grenadiers get blown up. So that was unfortunate for Dullahan. He did lose another conscript squad, but one of them makes it out alive. Quite luckily, so very nice. T-34s on the left-hand side. One of them got shot on the butt by the pack gun, and we do see that Dullahan is still going around laying mines. So very aggressive mine usage, very nice. You don't see that many mines being used a lot in Company Heroes 2, at least not presently. So it's nice to see somebody using them. Flak Panzer hits the field and shoots at a conscript squad. Does a little bit damage to the health, but doesn't actually kill anybody. T-34s are nearby, trying to maybe catch that Flak Panzer out of position, but right now it is, well, it's actually not well positioned. I was going to say that it was well positioned to get covered by the pack gun, but the pack gun is back at base getting healed or something. So the T-34 goes forward, takes a shot at that Flak Panzer. Two shots go in, two penetrations, and gets the damage to maybe about 70%. Panzerfaust goes on to one T-34, damages the engine, and forces a retreat. Pack gun is now in position, and a second pack gun is called into the field by Boomhauer, so that's going to keep those T-34s back. And we now see a third T-34 on the field. Where is he? Where is he? Oh. There they are, all three together. With three T-34s, that gives him obviously the vehicle advantage. If they can catch that Flak Panzer out of position, it can very easily kill it. And the two pack guns are going to be an annoyance, keeping him at bay, but he could, with the amount of tanks he has, maybe outmaneuver them and get a kill. Flak Panzer did take some shots at this half-track, but once the infantry that was spawning for him got killed, that was it. It didn't manage to get any more shots. PPSH equipped conscripts. There's only two conscript squads left on the field for Dullahan, so very low infantry counts. A lot of infantry for Boomhauer. Not exactly sure why he's not going forward with all his infantry over here. He just has them, you know, split up here. He needs to go capturing territory if he wants to get back into this game. T-34 doesn't actually go for a ramp. He just goes up in front of the Flak Panzer, trying to get the kill on that. Even the half-track gets into the mix. The pack gun, is it actually going to get decrewed? One pack gun gets decrewed, the Flak Panzer gets taken out, and the T-34s are heavily damaged. There is a last pack gun that is, over on this side, moving up a little bit, trying to get some shots at this T-34s. Gonna nail one of them. No, it actually doesn't. This one is also at range. It's very low in health. That one needs to move out of the range. It does manage to move out of range, so it's going to retarget this one. Oh, this one doesn't move out of the range, and it gets killed. So one T-34 down for Dullahan. Quite unfortunate, but he did manage to get the kill on the Flak Panzer, so I guess that's fine. T-34's got bed 1, so they're using their ability to capture territory for some reason. This one is very low in health, so it's going to have to get repaired. All vehicles are very low in health, so while they are still in the field, they are not going to be combat effective for a little while, a couple minutes maybe. So this is an advantage that Boomhauer should take with his impressive amounts of infantry. There's only two conscript squads which are right in front of his base that can actually do anything. So just set up that MG, get those grenadiers shooting, and take the fight to them. Come on. You have a chance here to, you know, pull back Boomhauer. He is not that low in manpower. He could reinforce all his squads. So he does manage to get the retreat on the conscript squads. The pack gun does get recruited by those grenadiers, so they're going to have to reinforce once again before they can actually hit the field. So yeah, that opportunity is just slipping away. Boomhauer is going to capture the victory point simply to slow down the ticking, which is now in the favor of Dullahan. The points are relatively close, 361 to 322, so still anybody's game. Another T-34 being produced by Boomhauer, but he is not being aggressive with the capping. That is, I fear, a mistake, because he could actually use this small lull to regain territory, get some income. He doesn't have much fuel income right now, and yeah, I can't help but think that this is a mistake. Oh well. Another T-34, that would make it the fourth? No. Yes. Sorry. My brain gone. Anyways, this would make it the fourth T-34 to be produced, third one on the field right now, and another one being produced right after that. So very, almost spammy, I guess you could say, T-34s for Dullahan, but there isn't much on the field that can actually counter them right now. A Panzer IV would be an obvious choice, but there's not enough fuel in Boomhauer's possession, whatever, to get one. So yeah. So this T-34 hits the field and actually manages to get a full rout out of all these German infantry, which is quite unfortunate for Boomhauer. Not sure what else he can do. I didn't even check when it happened, but he also lost his Panzer Grenadiers at some point, so not even getting the ability to use Shreks. Shreks would be great. I mean, those would be very effective against those T-34s. So he could potentially do that if he's waiting on fuel. He does have some manpower, but yeah, I mean, he's struggling.
The hard part will be keeping it.
Maybe a concentrated push in the center, but I mean, that's still not going to be enough. There's too many tanks on the field now for Dullahan, so I really don't think there's much else that Boomhauer can do aside from waiting and trying to get a Panzer IV. But even then, that Panzer IV has to go up against 4 T-34s, and no matter how good you are at microing, that it's only going to be able to take so many shots before it gets killed. So T-34 is on the right-hand side, getting shot at by the pack guns. There is one here and one over here. So very nice move by Dullahan. He decides to, well, take this opportunity and take the two other T-34s and go straight into the German base. He's going to start killing everything that he can. Force a retreat probably on some units. There we go. We got Pioneers retreating, and potentially kill the units on the retreat. MG42 set up in the carcass of this T-34, catching these conscripts out in the open and actually pinning them down. The half track is opening up with the quad gun on that MG42. It is down to 2 man, but the heavy cover is going to keep him alive there. Pack gun is moving into position and try to shoot at the quad gun, and it shoots. Oh my god, but the actual shot destroys the heavy cover for the MG squad, and the quad gun decides to hit overdrive, gets the hell out of there, and actually kills that MG42. And he goes straight into the enemy base. I'm not exactly sure why. T-34 is in the base, just peppering everything, gonna take care of the tier 3 building. There he goes. So no more vehicle capabilities for Boomhauer, so I think that's gonna be it. Half-track getting out of the arc of fire of that pack gun. Pack gun turns around to try to shoot it, but I'm not sure if it can shoot it from that building, but I guess we'll never find out, considering that Boomhauer decides to throw in the towel. So yeah, with 2 T-34s over on this side, decrewing the other pack gun, and his building getting, bombarded and now no longer being able to produce his tanks, he decides to call it quits, and Dullahan gets a win. So yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the game. If you have any positive or negative remarks, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you have any replays you want to send them, I will put the email in the description below so you can send them there. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.